Hi, my name is Scott Satterwhite, and I'm with the 309 Punk Project. If you're not familiar with the 309 Punk Project, we're the oldest punk house in the South. And if you're not familiar with what a punk house is, it is, as you might guess, a house where punks live. Why that's important is because this is part of the countercultural history of the region, and specifically the countercultural history of Pensacola. We run very far and deep into the history, and we've made an incredible impact on this city, not only as people with 309, but also with the 309 Punk Project in particular. So what the 309 Punk Project has done over the years is we have started to bring in artists in residence to 309. As a project we started in 2016 to be able to save this historic house from demolition, and we were successful in doing so, but in the process we decided to start a nonprofit organization. The nonprofit organization does many different things, and our main focus is the Artists in Residence program and the historic archives that we have here at 309. So with the historic archives, this started largely as a project to be able to save many of the different artifacts and ephemeral art that's here over in Pensacola. It has to deal with not only the punk scene but also various aspects of the counterculture in this area. And in doing so, we started an exhibit over at the Pensacola History Museum in 2018 that ran for about 2 years, and it was called Punxacola. And through this exhibit, we began the archiving of a lot of our materials. Through this archiving of the materials that we had, we realized that we had a lot of different things that we wanted to be able to keep, and we also realized that we wanted to grow this archive too. So in doing so, that we've done a few things to help build this archive, and one of the things we help build this archive is to help create the arts, because what we wanted to do here at 309 was not just preserve the history of this time, but also build into the future, because we knew that this was a really big aspect of what we personally liked and what we wanted to see in Pensacola. Not just to be able to put our counterculture and our history into a box and into a museum, but instead to be able to have this as a living museum at the beginning, and then moving from the museum aspect into a cultural institution, which is what we've become in this process during this time frame. So in 2021, we released a book called Punk House in the Deep South, and when that book was released, this was the culmination of the work that we had done to help archive our work through oral histories, but then also, again, through the collection of many ephemeral artifacts from our scene. But besides that, at the same time, we started an Artists in Residence program. The Artists in Residence program has since grown exponentially. We brought in 30 artists to stay over here at 309, and those artists who stayed here at 309 have been a diverse group of folks, starting off with many locals, including Mallory Luana, Mike Brody, and many other people, from the local area, who have enriched our culture, enriched the way that we see ourselves in many ways, literally and figuratively. But also we brought in a number of different artists from around the country, and this summer we're going to be bringing in our first international artists to 309. And what these artists do is they create art while they're over here in the house, they create art while they're here in the city, and then they create events, public events, public programming events, where we're able to bring these people over here, but then also to be able to share our art and share our culture with the community itself. And to this, we've made an incredible impact. Now, some tangible things we've done as far as the impact goes is that we have created several books. The first one was Tim Kerr, a artist based out of Austin, famous artist in the punk scene. We created a book with him initially of some of his paintings, and then this last year we created another book of the paintings of Panhandle Slim. He's a Pensacola artist. You may know him. In fact, probably many of you have some of his paintings within your houses. We created a book with him, and also we've hosted another artist here. Her name is Julia Gorton. She's from New York City and a very famous artist within the New York punk scene. And she created dozens and dozens and dozens of portraits of Pensacola's punk, queer, countercultural, and just random community people who happened to walk through our doors, were willing to walk through our doors, and to be able to capture this intersection of our beautiful town, beautiful city. She took her art, the photographs that she took, not only into the Pensacola Museum of Art, which many of you may have seen, but also to London, to Los Angeles, and now we've created a book that will be coming out soon. So besides that, we've also had a number of different events besides the other ones that were happening here in the house. We hosted the Night on the Tracks events that have been a mini gallery gallery night over here in the old East Hill area of Pensacola, but we've also done many other things that have created a great impact, including bringing the artist Roscoe Hall to Pensacola to help facilitate a talk with him, but then also his portraits and paintings that he did while he was in Pensacola for the Journey to Juneteenth event. So there's many things that we've done, but the only way that we can continue to do these programs effectively is with your help. So what we need is funding to help create some of these events, to help bring some of these artists over here, and to help with stipends that might be able to help them to bring more people here, help us bring more people to Pensacola, to help diversify some of the artists, to help diversify our scene and diversify some of the work that we're bringing here. So at any rate, these are some of the things we would like to do here with the 309 Punk Project, and we would really appreciate your help with Sunday's Child. So thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate you.